Flosstube. It is Tuesday, October 10th, and I hope I get out on my airplane today to head to London because it's a wee bit foggy. It's actually showing up as less foggy on the camera. The camera's correcting some of the mist. So you can see what it looks like down here. Let me see if I can get right there. See you down there? That's what it looks like everywhere here. Chat soon. everybody. My name is Patty. I am coming to you from the extreme east coast of Canada in the province of Newfoundland and Labrador on the island of Newfoundland at almost the most easterly point in North America. My pronouns are she, her, and it is Tuesday, October something. It's October 24th, I think. Don't quote me, but it is Tuesday. Just getting back, Sunday from my second Atlantica retreat. Got back the Monday of that week at 3 a.m. from Weekend Two of Jacobpalooza. So I have lots and lots to share with you, lots of stitching and lots of video footage that I'm going to be putting here, there, and everywhere in this video. But first, I'd like to thank everybody who attended my first live stream opportunity just a few minutes ago. We had some technical difficulties, unfortunately, at the end that I'm going to try and rectify by using an external microphone next time. But yeah, I lost sound in the last few minutes, so that was unfortunate. Anyway, thank you for all those who attended. So I've got a whole list in my list book about what I'm going to do for the Flosstube today. So first, we're going to go back in time. We're going to go back to Jacobpalooza and the weekend of the week of the 15th of October. So the weekend after Canadian Thanksgiving. That Tuesday, I headed out to London, Ontario. I'm very lucky in that I have family and some very good friends in the London, Ontario area, apart from the cross-stitch community. And so I left on Tuesday so I could spend a night with my cousin and her family. The following evening, we spent with my cousin and her family visiting my aunt and uncle, her parents. And then I booked in to the hotel on the Wednesday afternoon, went out for supper on Wednesday evening. And then Thursday got together with a friend, Gudrun McKinnon, who I have not seen in 20 years. We were in Germany together. She has since retired to that area, and that was absolutely wonderful. So hi, Gudrun. It was great. Absolutely fantastic to see you. I have some things to show you that Gudrun makes as well. So I'm going to dig into my tickle trunk and see if I can find that over the next few minutes. I'm going to be going through my box of goodies in no particular order. The only thing I am going to do is separate from Atlantica and Jacobpalooza, but I'm just going to speak to things. Normally I'd have split things up into haul or what I was stitching, etc. But today I'm going to be a little bit more haphazard and kind of go with what I pull from in the box. So after I spent some time with family and with Gudrun on Thursday. I met up with cross-stitchers on Thursday. Was it Thursday evening? And we went out for supper. Things are starting to escape me, which is why I was disappointed I didn't get to speak to you last week when things were a little bit more fresh in my mind. So yes, we met up with some other cross-stitchers. We went out to supper together, which was awesome. Yeah. Then registration started early at 8 o'clock on Friday morning. Myself and Candace from I Can Sew Make That. Hi, Candace. And we helped out with the registration process. We were taking waiver forms for the registration or registrants for Jacobpalooza. And so we whipped through that. Was able to get a table, lucky enough to get a table with Candace and Lori Sykes from My Crazy Life and Lisa from Forest City Stitching. I'm going through the table. Christy was there and Deborah was there, and I'm missing Melinda. So it was a fantastic table. Very lucky to be there with those ladies stitching. We were at the front of the room, so we were able to see all of the displays that Jacob put on. He put out 2 days of parts of his antique sampler collection, and then the final day he put out his own stitching. I have videos of that that I'll put in somewhere in this video. So I guess as a segue to Jacob's stitching, let's look at some of the stitching that I did. So at Jacobpalooza, there was no obligation to necessarily stitch on just Jacob's designs. So I did bring a piece, the Ancient Sage Designs Remembrance Sampler piece, so I could work on that because I am hoping to finish this in October and November of this year. And you'll notice that for all of my pieces, I A, have the needle left in, and B, I got lots and lots of stitching done. So I'll put a screenshot here of what this pattern looks like, and hopefully I'll put in a screenshot of where I was, if I can find one. But this is where I got to. So lots of stitching done on this at Jacobpalooza and some at Atlantica as well. So I'm thrilled with that. Still have a ways to go, but really happy with my progress. Another one that I did work on as well is a Jacob pattern, and I got lots done on this piece. So this is Jacob's Christmas Town pattern. I can see I have a glare behind me. Let me see if I can put something behind to reduce that glare. There we go. So I finished the last R and Y and Mary plus the snowflake over on this side. And then I stitched the CHRI and then a little bit starting on the S there. So I got lots and lots of stitching. Very happy with how that's going. I don't intend on finishing this one this coming Christmas. And in fact, this one may go away for a little while now as a bit of a break while I work on some other things. And I'll show you that in a minute. Okay. The other thing that I worked on, so I brought Joan Sands with me to get some Roxy Floss, Roxy Flossco floss to go with it. I actually didn't get a chance. I was having, there was lots of socializing, there was lots of fun and such, and I ended up not getting any more skeins of Roxy Flossco. However, at my table, Lori Sykes was there, as I mentioned, and Lori brought this bag, which I brought home. I think she had 2 bags like this of DMC, and she was lucky enough to give that to me. DMC is kind of expensive compared to everywhere else here in Newfoundland and Labrador. It's an island. It's off 7 hours off Eastern Canada. Everything here has to be shipped, so everything here is a little bit more expensive. So she donated that to me, which was awesome. And I have these colors go with the Joan Sands sampler. So that's I did get a start on kitting it up. And for anybody who wasn't here last week, a couple weeks ago when I showed this, I'm going to be stitching this on Roxy Flossco's one-of-a-kind 32 count linen in the colorway Tiramisu. And I haven't really additioned these colors on top of the fabric. I think these ones, except maybe this one here, may be too close to the color. So what I'm going to do is try and kit it up, or at least have a look at the original colors and then tweak it, because this linen is, as you can tell, quite a bit darker than what is called for in the original pattern. So that was good fun. It's really neat to be, where the entire collection is that you can pick from, even though I ended up not picking from it, but I did get some other treats that I'm going to show you. One of the treats that I got for myself was this pattern. So because we were there on Friday the 13th, I bought this Dark Crosses pattern, All Are Equal in Death. It was my intent to get this when I was there. This was kind of the only pattern that I was planning on getting. I may have gotten other patterns, but this is the only one I was planning on getting because I wanted to stitch on it on Friday the 13th. And I also wanted to use a different color. I wanted to change up the colors, which I did. And I chose to use a new color by Roxy Flossco called Cherry Cobbler. This is the fabric here. It is just beautiful. That's showing pretty true to color, actually. And I got a teeny tiny, I got a start, and let me kind of bend the fabric a bit. So, oh, totally upside down. Totally upside down. So here's the rib cage, the pelvic bone, and coming down to a leg. There. Get a little bit closer so you can see that. Yeah. There we go. And then I chose Roxy Floss Co. for this in the colorway Cousin It. So those are the colors I'm using for that. I think that's going to be spectacular. I will work on this one a little bit more this month or this week for the month of October, but then I'll be switching out and heading into some more holiday or winter things for next month. And that bag is empty, and so is that bag. So that was my stitching that I accomplished at Stitch North. I did a little bit at Knitlantica as well, but that's mainly the Stitch North piece. So now I'm going to start going through the box here. Lori, as I mentioned, Lori Sykes was at the table, and all my other friends were at the table, and everybody was so kind and generous. One of the things that I'm going to go through some stitchy kindness now. One of the items that was available at my table when I arrived was one of these. So Lori gave all of us one of her beautiful cross stitchers planners for 2024. Now, because I designed the one of the patterns in here, Lori had already sent me one of these. So this is going to be for a giveaway to a viewer. So if you are interested in this planner, then put planner in a comment below. And the usual rules apply. Please don't mention the word giveaway. Don't mention the word giveaway, be above 18. I will send it anywhere in the world. Use the word planner in your comment, and I will draw that for next week when I do my next video. Okay, another thing that I purchased at Jacobpalooza was this. Jacob actually is I think if you watch Jacob, especially during Flossmas, you will know that Jacob is a musician. But if you didn't know, he is also an equally talented musical artist, and his CD was available at Jacobpalooza, so I picked that up. And over the weekend of Jacobpalooza, the sale, this was, I think, $20, and quite a significant portion of it, like $15, $16 of it, I may have the math wrong, but quite a significant portion of sales from this CD went to the Church of the Nazarene fundraiser that was held during Jacobpalooza. So that's awesome. There was a pattern, an electronic pattern for sale that's called Laura's Sampler, available now at Evertote. And so that was the sale of that, the PDF sales from that for the weekend were at it totaled, and money sent to the Church of the Nazarene, which is a church across from the Evertote Workshop, which supports folks in the downtown area of London. The area is fairly depressed. There are certainly some social issues visible in downtown London. So this was part of the Stitchers and Evertote giving back to the community through supporting the Church of the Nazarene, who has programs. And I think one of them is a food outreach program. And the cross stitchers raised over $1,800 Canadian for that. For that charity, which is absolutely awesome. What else do I have in here? Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm kind of divvying up what I have here from Atlantica and trying to separate it from what I got at Stitch North. So here is my last bag of haul. This beautiful beehive fabric bag is my most recent purchase of an Evertote bag for my projects. With that came this pretty Notion bag inside. And these are my last, I think I may have, I cut the cherry cobbler in half, so this is the other half of the cherry cobbler. I got a Roxy Floss Co. needle minder. I also got a 28 count linen in the colorway Panettone, the famous Panettone from Roxy Floss Co. And I also got, this is my other Jacobpalooza hard copy pattern that I purchased, that I think reminds me of the Kinderdijk area of the Netherlands, an area near and dear to my heart. So I got that as well. Yes, completely spoiled. Okay. Oh, I did. There's another pattern I bought at Everto. See, never say never. I also got, this is by the Artsy Housewife. And I'm sure if you follow Caroline, you have seen this on her channel, but I think this is a gorgeous pattern. So I got that as well. But I'm probably going to stitch it using grit and needle colors. Okay. At my table, my wonderful table mates shared many presents, and I want to show you those next. So this is some more Stitchy kindness. Okay. Some things have been separated, so I'm not sure. Hopefully I can remember who gave who. I know this particular parcel came from my table mate, Melinda. Melinda was very kind and gave each of us a beautiful glass, mercury glass Christmas ornament. Isn't that pretty? It's beautiful. And I could stitch something small and stick it there and on the back as well, which is probably what's going to happen. So those are really, that was really sweet. Thank you, Melinda. Melinda, I know there were other things in this bag and they've fallen out. So I'm going to have some anonymous Stitchy kindness because I'm not going to remember who gave them to me. This bag is from my table mate, Deborah. Hi, Deborah. So it had some Christmas fabric in it. Isn't that pretty? It had some Aline's tacky glue because we can all use some Aline's in our finishing. Along with the Christmas theme, some green floss. And then the cutest little charms bag, but I've got to show you this. Look at this teeny tiny tomato. I don't know what I'm going to put that on, but that is going on a finish of some form. It's just so cute. And then there's needle threader in here. There's stitch markers as on a little Scotty button. A whole bunch of goodies there in this bag. Thank you, Deborah. That's awesome. Okay. Several people at the retreat were going around and giving presents, whether they're at our tables or not. One lady, so this is by the lady who's, and I'm going to put your name at the bottom of the screen because I'm forgetting it right now and I'm sorry. The Stitching Owl, though, gave everybody a cross-stitched pattern, finished beautifully. And I was lucky enough to receive this Shannon, is it Christie Designs? I'll also put that in the screen. It's Shannon Christine Designs, I think. And that's just gorgeous. Because I was from Canada, I got one with the Canadian flag on it. I can't believe that every single person, all, say, 70 people got a cross-stitched ornament. The Stitchy kindness was unbelievable. So also from my table mates, I got a needle threader with a cutter and a needle case. I haven't seen either one of those types before, so that was awesome. My friend Andrea at Andrea had made this little Ort bag with puffins on it for me, and she is from Andrea at Canada Poo Stitches Flosstube, and gave us this cool card with to put on your stitches. That has a pattern, designer, fabric, and start on the back. Sorry for the glare. Again, Lori Sykes gave away several of these needle counting pins. So there's a beautiful, let me take that out, you can't see it. Beautiful little pumpkin right there, which is really sweet. And this one here, I liked it because it was sparkly. Look at the glitter in front of my face. Can't see it though. It's a glittery, I'm sure, sorry, it's not focusing. A glittery counting pin as well. Sunshine Stitchers was there and shared these floss drops. Lisa at Forest City Stitching also shared these needle minders that she makes. I chose a little acorn and these floss drops as well. Candace at I Can Sew Make That made these beautiful, beautiful origami card holders. And there's a gift card in it for Tim Hortons, which was very generous. In this bag, and this is from Sticks, Strings, and Other Things, some floss drops, some beeswax for conditioning your thread, and this is a great idea, a little mascara brush so that you can use it to get those pesky little threads, especially for those of us with pets, pesky little pieces of hair out of our stitching. This was more from the Sunshine Stitchers. They also have a sticker, Sunshine Stitchers, a lollipop, and this gorgeous counting pin. I love the counting pins. I also use them as just decorative pins in my pin cushions. So that was awesome to get those. One of the new products that Evertote is going to have out are these, something like these floss beds. So this is one of the things that we got in our swag bags, which is really cute. We also got, actually, let me use that. This beautiful so there was a tutorial, 2 tutorials put on by Jacob, as well as presentations about his samplers. But for the tutorials, he taught us how to do a hem stitch, and he taught us how to do Frisian letters. And we were given some fabric, which I do not have in front of me, and this color of Just Navy floss, which is a beautiful, beautiful blue. One of my purchases, I think the last but never say never, are one of these. This is one Caroline's been talking about recently on her Flosstube, is a domed threaded needle case for monochromatic. So you load it. All I remember is make sure you go backwards when you're loading it. Anyway, there's instructions, thankfully, on the back, so I'll follow those in detail. But great for monochromatic pieces to have a whole bunch, I think up to 10 maybe. Yes, up to 10 needles can be loaded so that you can just don't need to stop and rethread. You can just keep going with your needles. So I was happy to get that. And I think that's all the haul from the from Jacobpalooza. As you can see, everybody was exceedingly generous. I didn't bring anything for anybody, and I feel really bad. So now what my plan is between now and January, because I have another retreat in January, I am going to be making things to bring to a retreat. Look at this. So Lori had her own stickers done up with My Crazy Life. Isn't that beautiful? I mentioned that I had seen my friend Gudrun. Gudrun McKinnon is a lovely, amazing, and talented woman. And one of the things that Gudrun does is something called personalized energy jewelry. And I'm going to show you this, her card. And then I'm going to show you a beautiful necklace that I purchased from Gudrun. This is made out of garnerite, aka mint or green moonstone, and it's stunning. And one of the things that Gudrun does, which I think is really unique, is she puts a little descriptive information about the stones chosen for her pieces on the back of the card. So this one reads garnierite, maybe, aka mint green moonstone, because of its green color and chatoyant quality, which makes the stone very shiny to the naked eye. It's considered to be the stone of manifestation. Morganite is the stone of love and compassion. Okay, and this is actually in reference to, I'm using the wrong card, but this is in reference to this beautiful gift she gave me. So the pink is the Morganite, and it's a stone of love and compassion, activates and energizes loving intentions, respect, and supports patience when moving forward. And the silver in between, which would be the same as the silver on this beautiful necklace, let's see the silver, is the metal of emotions. Used with gemstones, it retains and amplifies the qualities emitted by the stones. So this is just a beautiful, beautiful piece. And if you are, Gudrun also sends things via Canada Post, and she's in the London, Ontario area. So if you're ever interested in having a special piece, for example, you can give Gudrun the name and birth date of somebody special, and she will use that information to channel the energy for creating a beautiful necklace or bracelet or piece of jewelry specific to that individual. And I've had her do that. So as you can see, it fits beautifully. I've had her do that for my sister, and who absolutely loved the piece that I gave her. There's such a mess around me right now. So Jacobpalooza was a hoot. Love going to London. Haven't been there in years and years and years. I won't be signing up for there is another Stitch North, a fall version of Stitch North for October 2024, which I will not be signing up for. I'm actually my plan is to attend a smaller retreat that Caroline is actually an attendee at. And you've probably heard of from Caroline. It's a group of stitchers that have been getting together for years and years and years. And I was lucky enough to attend one of their retreats 5 or 6 years ago, before COVID, a few years before COVID. And now my intent is to attend again. In October, I'm going to be sharing a room with Crafty Kim. Yay! So I'm really looking forward to that. Now I'm going to talk a little bit more about Atlantica. And I guess I'd like to qualify this conversation by saying I'm not trying to, I consider myself extremely fortunate to have been attend the Jacobpalooza retreat. and the Knitlantica, Two Knitlantica retreats that I host, I'm still consider myself very fortunate that people repeatedly come, that people come at all, and that I'm able to host those retreats and have such a wonderful time with wonderful individuals. I know I don't take that for granted. Very much know that this is a privilege, and that I'm very privileged to be doing what I'm doing and attending what I'm attending. I will say, if you ever get the opportunity in your local area to go on a retreat, even attend a virtual retreat, because I know that not everybody is mobile and able to go outside their homes or where they live to attend retreats. Virtual retreats can be wonderful as well. So if you ever have the chance and are able to, I would highly encourage it if you can, and because I've met some wonderful, wonderful friends that way. The first thing I'm going to show you from Knitlantica is for the format. The format of Knitlantica is very casual. It's basically an opportunity for like-minded people to come together to build camaraderie and community. And it is very much there's no courses being taught. There's no formal events except for set time, times for the meals, because Alfred needs to know when we're going to eat. One thing that we do is I ask everybody to bring a gift kind of focused on what a handmaker would like. So for example, scissors or a notebook or candles or something that somebody would like, in a very generic way, a handmaker, and no less than a $20 Canadian value. And then I draw names. You go up and pick from the wrapped up gifts what you like, and then whatever the last present I'm lucky enough to receive, because obviously I also donate. So I want to show you what I got this year at Knitlantica. Now, let me show these next to my head, because if I put them here, you're going to think, oh, it's the camera, they're too big. No, these are huge. These are huge. These are 35 millimeter circular needles. That is a US 70, folks. These are huge. These are probably going to be hung in my laundry room, because I have some antique sock forms there. I also have an antique washboard in there. I think this will go really well there. I do plan on using them, but I'm going to have to source something big enough to knit with these. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so that was super, super cool. I was, one of the attendees this time was Deanna from Darling Whimsy Designs. Hi, Deanna. We were lucky enough to share a house, and I gave Deanna a ride back and forth from her place to Atlantica. And as a present, and she didn't need to do this, but as a present, she gave me one of these woolly hooker bags. Isn't that? It's a wedged tote, absolutely gorgeous, and I love the pussy willow fabric on the bottom and the chickadees on the top. So one of our attendees at this second weekend was Melaine, who is the woolly hooker. I'm going to put her information there for you to see. Melaine has an Etsy shop. She makes beautiful, beautiful bags, of which I'm going to show you some. And here's one of her pieced bags, which I absolutely love. So some of these are going to become gifts for Christmas and birthdays. I'm going to fill them up with goodies, but I still wanted to show you them. And then this one here as well. I love these piece bags. And then I have 2 to give away. So that's 3 giveaways for this very long video, because you don't usually get a very, very, very long video from me. For this very long video, there's 2 other options for you to win. The first is this woolly hooker bag. It is a Notions style or Notions size. However, this could be used for makeup or traveling, or Notions. I'm also putting in a Remember, and okay, so let me show you that first. Remember, and then I have to be careful because there's a pattern here. And Give pattern in there. It also comes with the charms as well. This is a Lizzie Kate pattern called a double flip. So that's going to be in this Notion. So if you are interested in this giveaway, write Remember in the remember in the comments. Oh, Freya almost has to go outside, so I have to hurry. In this beautiful kind of Christmas theme bag with this beautiful zipper pull, the starry zipper pull, there is this little House Needleworks sheep and house with faith on it. So if you're interested in this one, put faith in your comment. You can, last time I had if you put two, if you use 2 words, you could win 2 prizes. This time, because I would like 3 winners. So the words are planner, faith, or what did I say? Remember. So put one of those words in your comments to win a prize. And then I'll pull names and then give prizes based on the words that were used. I think that's everything. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. It has been a crazy month since the 22nd of September, ending on the 22nd of October, exactly a month where I had 3 retreats, no less. Very happy to be home now with the family. My throat is actually getting a little sore because I'm talking so much. And Freya needs to go out. So I think it's a good time to end the video. Thank you so much for spending so much time with me because it's a long one this week. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Oh, but last but not least, before I forget, I wanted to let you know that I started a Patreon page. If you are interested in supporting me over there, there are 3 tiers ranging from $1, $5, and $10. And you get different benefits as a patron member over there, some of which are access to patterns before they're released, me sending out presents once a year, etc., etc. So if you're interested in that, please take a look. I will put the information down the screen, and I will try to do another Facebook Live next week as well, because that was really fun, and hopefully I will have sorted out my microphone issues. Anyway, take care. Have a wonderful week. I hope you get to find some crafty goodness to keep your heart happy and make your heart happy, and I'll chat with you soon. Bye.